Hello, this is Stephen Glassner, and I'm recording a video to discuss my reflection on taking the APERS survey and then analyzing that. So, just really quickly, APERS stands for the Autism Program Evaluations Rating Scale, and it's an evaluation of a program that is designed to help individuals diagnosed with ASD. So in my case, it would be my classroom. So for my ratings, I reviewed 8 categories across 3 domains for this assignment. Those 3 categories being learning environment structure and schedule, and positive learning climate. So for learning environments, I listed 2 categories as strengths. The first is about learning environment is designed so that all students are able to independently access personal space and materials. So all of my students have access to their cubbies, or have access to cubbies where they can place backpacks and other personal items, and able to get access to their school supplies pretty easily. And then another strength, physical structure or boundaries exist in all activities based upon individual student needs to support students' understandings of activities that take place in specific locations. So basically, I feel like the physical structures that we have in place in our classroom meet that goal. I did list one category as consistently in place but needing work, and that has to do with allowing team members to see and monitor students from most vantage points. In my case, some parts of the classroom are not always visible due to the room's architecture. And that includes the fact that we have a sensory break room kind of off to the side. And we also have a little study corner, and we also have a kitchenette section in the classroom, as my classroom is geared for students with developmental disabilities and such as autism. We move on to learning environment, structure, and schedule. Both categories listed as strengths. That includes schedule and/or written instructions are provided in a variety of formats, including portable schedules. Each schedule in my classroom is independently tailored to that student's abilities and needs. So some students have just their schedule written out in text format. Others have visuals. It just depends. While each schedule is portable, I should say, basically they don't need to be able to carry around their schedule anyways, as they are in my classroom all day, other than going out to recess and things like that. The other category I have here is students are always prepared for transitions or disruptions and changes in routine. We keep students pretty good on having a schedule that is routine, but we also know that unexpected things happen, and we generally do a pretty good job of being able to warn kids or prepare them for change when it's about to happen. So it's not really a concern at this time. The final domain I'm going over, positive learning climate. Only one category I would list is consistently in place but still has work to do, and that is that all team members in my room regularly acknowledge students, both formally and informally. The only thing that really needs to be worked on is a more individualized reward system, and that is something that I am working on establishing. Some students have more individualized systems or charts based upon kind of the severity of behavior and need, but I'm trying to work towards a system where it's more individualized for all of my students. The other two categories are strengths. All team members engage students in positive, respectful, and warm interactions. All my team members are pros, and note that we treat our students with respect and dignity in our classroom. I try to make that very emphasized. The other category, as a strength, team members are aware of who the students are and are actively engaged, who is off task, and how to get students back on task. All the team members in my room have been there for at least a year at this point, and each one knows the student in our room very well at this point. So kind of looking out for if they're engaged, if they're off task, what does that look like? They're very familiar with. Just some conclusions that I have from doing this assignment. I kind of look at the structure of my room so far with immense pride. I know I've worked very diligently to build a positive and professionally run classroom environment. I think that looking at this also makes me realize that the school I work at has a really good school environment for students with autism. Now, this is, I'm sure, largely because they are a school for students with autism, so naturally those things would be in place. But I'm pretty impressed with the job they do nonetheless. I think I have greater confidence in my ability to run my classroom, actually, kind of after doing this. When I, at least in how a classroom should be laid out under these domains. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job there. And then after doing this, I do have greater interest in exploring other aspects of my classroom in this class and through doing the rest of the APERS survey as we continue on in the course. And thank you very much.